Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Japanese Tier 9 medium tank, Type 61. The Type 61 is a tank that I've been grinding a little bit lately and having a few games with, and I'm starting to get some success in it. I did struggle when I first got the tank, but now that it's fully uploaded or fully upgraded, I've been having some really good games in it, and I've got two replays. They won't both be on this video, but there'll be two replays featuring the Type 61. This one I'm playing on my own, and the next one will be in another Rat Pack platoon with Tugboat and Mobius. We're on Live Oaks, and we're going down to where the mediums usually go, on the southeast flank. And it's a Tier 9 game, so I'm lucky enough to be top tier in this game, but I don't want to do what I often do. It's something that I've noticed in my gameplay. Often I overcommit and go a little bit too far forward and get blown away, and you'll see in this game I make a big contribution to the result, and that's not by dying early, that's by doing a little bit of damage, which you'll see soon. Now, the replay system has been a bit buggy with the scopes going around. I don't know if that's due to the mods I'm using or just the way the replays are going with the latest patch. So I'm just sitting here having a bit of a look, and we lost a tank, and now I just want to get a few cheap shots in. 6 cents hasn't gone off yet, so I'm thinking I'll just sit here and wait until something's lit. You can see the Object 430, Object 432 Golden Arrow from G&S Clan. Keep an eye on him, he has a really good game, and he looks like he's a very good player as well. Just looking at a few cheap shots. Unlucky to bounce that Centurion, but now I'm looking at that Rheinmetall Borsig, the Tier 8 German tank destroyer, which can damage anything. But now I'm spotted, probably by the Centurion that's been pushing forward, or maybe even the WZ-120. So I'm just riding the ridge lines a bit here. I do cop a shot, and another one. The Japanese Type 61 has an awesome gun. It puts out, around about 400 damage per shot every 7 odd seconds or so, and the gun depression is amazing, which is really good on a medium tank. But its weakness, and its only weakness, I think, is the fact that it has no armour. Now, that shot on the Centurion was a bit of a punt, but you can see the STI and that Object 430 are starting to engage and getting very close. We can see they've got a lot of tanks down there, so I don't want to be in a position where I'm outnumbered. I've got 1200 hit points, which is possibly only 3 or 4 shots with some of those tanks. Don't know where that shot went. It looked to me like it was fully aimed, but I think it must have just went wide, because it didn't tell me that it had bounced or missed or anything like that. So a few of these shots I'm taking are a little bit chancy. But it's one of those games, there's a lot of enemy tanks down there. It looks like some of them are going backwards. We're losing the city comprehensively. We're comprehensively losing the city. So we need to make sure that we win this flank. As I put another shot into, I think it was the IS. So you can see I'm already up to 2,000 damage on my damage counter. And that's just from not overcommitting and taking opportunistic shots. Some of my shots did bounce. And now it looks like our heavies, the STI, as well as, I think it's the Object, looks like they might be in a bit of trouble. Now's probably the time where I should have went forward here, because the STI is really copping it, and is a top tier heavy tank. But I just don't want to be in a position where I'm trading shots. Finally get another shot into that Centurion, which puts him down to a 1 shot for an E1. And pretty much all the tanks in front of me, apart from our Super Pershing, are 1 shots, including our STI. But all the enemy tanks that have pushed forward, or a lot of them, are 1 shot kills now, including that Jag Tiger now that I've put 400 damage into him. The IS, you can see, is only on 100 hit points. The Jag Tiger gets hit by artillery. Unfortunately, my shot doesn't pen, but the STI finishes him off. So even though the STI is on low health now, we're winning this flank. We've lost the city. Looking at the map, you can see that at least 4 enemy tanks were last seen in the city, and all we have back at base is a T-49 as well as a Waffenträger, which will be the Tier 8 Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. We're winning, but looking at the map and I'm thinking our base is about to be overrun. There's nothing worse in World of Tanks than when you're in a situation like this where you're winning a flank, or you've won a flank. It's only the IS now, so I'm thinking they can look after the IS on their own. It's 3 against 1. There you go, they got him. Now I'm going back to our base, because even though I crash into dead tanks sometimes, it looks to me like 2, 3 and possibly 4 tanks on the enemy side are going to be pushing to maybe try and do a sneaky cap. The E75 and the Tiger. It's only the Tiger 1, so it's not a Tiger 2, which is obviously a more dangerous tank. But Tiger 1 can cap just as good as any other tank. Totally missed that shot on the E75. But again, our artillery's gone. There's no use me trying to run in and save him. He is gone for all money, being there on his own. I'm trying to get some damage into that E75. Dodge a shot from him, which was a very lucky dodge. But he's side scraping well. That was a lucky shot, and I dodged a shot from that SU-152, the Tier 7 tank destroyer. So the Super Pershing's putting plenty of damage into that SU-152. If you can hear my dog barking in the background, don't worry, it's just the postman. And I've still got premium ammunition loaded, which was meant for the E75, but take the opportunity to kill that tank destroyer. I've still got premium loaded, but I'm backing off a bit here because the E75, he'll know that I'm a one shot. And the Super Pershing, I thought he can go forward a bit. His armour's actually better than mine, even though he's only Tier 8. You can look at my damage counter. I've done close to 4,000 damage. That's not a bad result. You take that, I'll take that any day of the week. I'm just waiting for an opportunity to put another shot into that E75, which is a pretty dangerous tank. The T10 hasn't been spotted for a while. I'm guessing he's still back at their base. The Rheinmetall gets killed by artillery. Now this is a dodgy shot here. Do I take it? Yeah. I was really worried about hitting our Super Pershing. I do have the mod on it, which stops me shooting allies and dead tanks, but if he moves after I've fired, then we're in deep trouble. Now that was a lucky shot. Well, it wasn't a lucky shot, it was fully aimed, but we got rid of the E75, which is the main danger. The T10, I'm tipping, is having a bit of a camp back at their base. Got 6 minutes to go to kill the last 2 remaining tanks. They've both been spotted, you can see on the map. I'll switch back to normal ammunition, mainly because I've run out of premium ammunition. Would have liked some premium ammunition to fire at the T10, but the gun on the Type 61 is very good, and there's no tank in the game that it can't do some damage to, as long as you got the angle right. So it's 3 against 2. One of them is their artillery. We've lost ours. So it's 2 mediums and the T49 against their T10 and their Tier 7 artillery, the M12 American. You can see the T49 is going forward. He probably should be waiting for the Super Pershing, but the Super Pershing did cop a bit of a hammering. I'll put into the chat, ask if anyone knows how much health the T10's on. If he's on full health, I think we're in a lot of trouble. If he's not, then you can sort of tag team him. Luckily for the T49, the T49's on full health. He's got 1,000 hit points, so the T10 can't kill him with one shot, but he can kill me or the E4 with one shot. So obviously the T49's using his brains here, thinking if I can just light something up from here, the Super Pershing will be able to snipe when he gets to that hill, which he's heading towards. And I'm just waiting for him to move into position, and then I'll be poking over this ridge. I was talking about how much ammunition they've got left. The T49 does cop a shot by the looks of him. The good thing about us sort of closing in from this angle is that the artillery can't shoot all of us. A lucky bounce there, an unlucky shot, but a lucky bounce. So I know I'm going to be reloaded before him, but I've no idea what the artillery's doing. So T49's doing the right thing. I can see the artillery. I don't auto aim, I aim properly and take him out of the game. And now it's a case of the T49 putting a massive shot into the back of that T10 and winning the game. It was a massive result, that one. A very good game. As we look at the post-game battle results, I picked up a high caliber for causing at least 20% of damage on the enemy team, and you can see all the tanks here that I had a hand in getting rid of. You can see I got top damage, nearly 4,600 damage with my 3 kills. Didn't get top experience. I ended up 4th with experience, mainly because that Object 430 I was talking about earlier got 4,600 spotting damage. That's from him being up the front and lighting up all those tanks that I was sniping at, as well as some of the other tanks that were sniping at. Super Pershing also had a good game, 3,269 damage and a fair amount of spotting damage. You can see I didn't do much spot. I did 700 spotting damage, which is okay, but I was mainly being a second line tank, if you like. The Type 61 doesn't have any armour. It really does. You're really lucky if you bounce a shot. I was very lucky to bounce that shot on the T10 at the end. Financially, lost a little bit of dough because I used all my premium ammunition, but the experience I got, 1,444 experience. That's base experience of 963. That's not the double. That's just with a premium account. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this Type 61 replay. It was a good game for me. Probably the most damage I've ever done in it, I'd say. Nearly 4,600. Would have been nice to get 5,000, but you always want a little bit more, don't you? Thanks for watching the replay, guys. Hope your New Year's going well. Take care, and we'll see you all next time.